Greetings, YouTube. Today we're taking a look at a Hyde utility knife. It says Hyde on one side, and on the other gives the patent number over here, over here, and here it tells you that it is both reversible, right or left, and it should be caution, sharp knife. Now I found two different pages, one which was House Tools, Haus, which claimed that this was made in America. Then I went to Amazon page because a lot of time Amazon has a lot more details of the item in question, like materials and things like that. And they said it was made in China. So I don't know where this is made. I can't find anything on the tool itself that tells me whether it was made in the USA or made in China. Regardless, it is an aluminum-bodied utility knife, thumb activated, that has a short extension. So that's a minimal extension for a utility blade. It's using standard utility blades. You will have to remove this screw with a screwdriver. It is a standard slot, which kind of annoys me. I might want to find a better screw for that. Maybe I could find a Phillips or maybe even a star drive or something. I don't like standard slots. I don't even like Phillips, really. I prefer star or square star drive or the Thompson style square ones. And I picked this up at an estate sale. I think I paid next to nothing for it. And I picked it up because it was thumb activated and it retracts and it comes at a very short amount. Now, when I bought it, it had no blade in it, and I put one in. And one of the things I like about this is thumb activated. Now, most thumb activated utility knives I have encountered that are on the side, not the top mounted one. Top mounted ones I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the side activated ones. For example, this Milwaukee right here has a button lock. Whoops, has a button lock on it. You push it, button lock, and you open it. But button lock is right thumb activated. Now, I'm sure if you're left-handed, you could probably open this anyway, but it's not designed for a left-handed person. It's designed for a right-handed person, okay? Nice little knife. But this one is usable by either because the blade can be removed, turned, and put back in. So you can use it with either hand, and it's designed to accommodate a right hand or a left hand person. That may not be a big thing for most folks because like 91% of the population is right-handed. But for that remaining 9%, having a knife that you can do that with, which does exactly what you need, which is a minimum exposure, it's light aluminum, it's safe to drop into a pocket. Say if you're working in a grocery store, you could drop this in your pocket, take it out, slash open some plastic wrap on a pallet, drop it back in your pocket, and you don't have to worry about it. I use this particular knife as a package opener because I had a package opener that did just this. It had this feature, except the spring inside the package opener died on me. So that I had to push it out and it would stay out if I let go, which is not what I want. In the event that something slips and before I drop it, I want that blade going back in because remember, a falling knife has no handle. So having a knife like this, which is lightweight, nice, easy, high vis. I like high vis on my utility knives. High vis is important to me, and the fact that it can be right hand or left hand, thumb activated, is important for the people out there who are left-handed. Having left-handed friendly tools, I think, is great, particularly when the amount required to produce the difference is minimal. The amount of difference it requires to make the blade mounting feature work for either direction is absolutely minimal, and you already have this wonderful shape. Just works visually, aesthetically. I like that shape. So it's not harming you in any way to make a knife that is aesthetically pleasing and does something useful for people, regardless of what their handedness is. And I think that opens it up, and it's friendly. It means that you were thinking about that 9% of the population, and they did. Hyde went to the effort to take into account that there are lots of people out there who are going to want a knife that does just this task, and they can be used whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Now, both my wife and I are right-handed, so having this set up for right-handedness makes perfect sense. This lives in my kitchen drawer because that's where we normally are opening up packages. That's where packages land. They put on the kitchen table, so that's where I take this out so I can open up boxes and cut plastic bubble wrap and things like that. In fact, I just commented to my wife and a friend the other day. My friend gave me an Open L number 6, and it was in a blister pack. And I made here's the wonderful irony of getting a knife in a blister pack, is you have to go get another knife to open the knife out. And I used this one to do so. So keep your knife sharp for packaging opening with blister packs, and you're never going to have to worry about getting cut with a knife like this, which I greatly appreciate. So like I said, it's not a world changer, but it means that the people that designed this took into account that there are people of all different types. They made something that's aluminum, it's light, it isn't, toolless knife blade change, but I don't care that it's not a toolless blade change. How often are you going to be changing this blade? You know what I mean? I mean, toolless blade change is awesome, don't get me wrong. But how often do you change the blade on your utility knife? I had one downstairs that I kept around, and I used it for like 3 years before I changed the blade. So the fact that I have to whip out a screwdriver, to change this blade isn't much of an ask in my book. And the beautiful thing about utility knives, you just take it out and you go whoop, whoop, put it right back in, and you get, it'll keep going for X amount of time. So you get a lot of utility at this, hence the name. So yeah, I love these things. I think it's great. It does exactly what I wanted to do. It's friendly and open to people who are right-handed or left-handed. I think this is a great little knife, and I'd be interested to know if you know whether there are versions of this that were made in the USA, say vintage ones, and they're still out there on the market, and the newer ones are being made in the US, made in China. I don't know where this is made. Again, I bought it at an estate sale for very little bit of money, but I bought it with a lot of other vintage tools, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was from an era when they were made in the U.S. I buy a lot of vintage tools, and a lot of them were made in the U.S., even if they're still available in the modern, contemporary market, made in Taiwan or China or something like that. So yeah, so tell me about your Hyde utility knives. Do you appreciate having a knife like this that can be used if you're left-handed?